Hi, this is Joe from PrepAgent, and we help people pass the real estate exam all the time. And one of the things that breaks our heart is after people pass, they say, what do I do now? Well, we want to help resolve that with this video. I'm going to give you the top 10 things you could do to build your business while studying for the real estate exam. So when you do pass the exam, you're off and running. Because remember, the goal is not just to pass the exam. The goal is to have an awesome career in real estate so you could live the life you want to live. So let's begin with things you could do before you pass your exam to make sure that you're ready so when you do pass, you're off and running. So I got 10 things here. I hope you guys really like them. And if I miss anything, make sure you leave it in the comments below. So the first thing you want to do is start to contact your sphere of influence. You will hear the word sphere of influence a lot in your real estate career. And basically it just means everybody in your network, dating back to high school, college, whenever it may be. People you have contact with. Now the issue is after people pass, they want to call those people and say, hey, I passed my exam. You want to sell a home? And if you haven't spoken to somebody in 15 years, that could be a little awkward. Use this time for while you're studying for the real estate exam to touch base with them. You don't have your license yet, so you don't need to be a salesperson just yet. You could just be a friend saying hello. Get in touch with them, ask them how the family's doing, what's going on with their career, something so that you create that relationship, or should I say, reconnect, rebuild that relationship you once had. So when you do pass and you call them about your real estate career, it's not out of nowhere. So you want to start to build that sphere of influence. And that can mean going through all your emails, going through all your social media. So everybody you know on Instagram, Facebook, going through text messages, calling people and your contacts in your phone, whatever it may be, just getting in touch with as many people as possible. And it's really easy right now, just a matter of saying hello. And this is a great warm-up because you're going to be in sales and you have to contact people after you pass your exam. This is a great way to warm up. Start just by contacting people with a friendly hello that you haven't spoken to in a while. And that will grow your sphere of influence so that after you pass, it'll be much easier to segue into turning them into clients who want to buy and sell property. Okay, so that's number one. Start to contact your sphere of influence. Next one, Instagram. You want to start to create a professional Instagram profile. You're not going to want to use your personal Instagram profile for your real estate career. Now, as you know, you don't have your license yet, so there's certain things you can't say. But what you can say is you're interested in real estate. And you can show pictures of real estate. You can show pictures of your community. You want to start building a profile that revolves around your interest in real estate. So when you do pass your exam, you already have that following. You already have much of the content built, so you're ready to go. I know you're thinking, but I don't have my license yet, but I want to reiterate, you're just posting pictures at homes the same way you go on vacation and take pictures of government buildings or historical sites or other properties of that nature. You want to build a profile that says you have an interest in real estate. It's not saying you sell just yet. It will after you pass, but right now you're just building that following. Keep in mind, it's going to take you a while to build any following of any significance. You want to start it now. So because if you wait till after you pass, it's going to be really slow going. So you could get a lot of that headway started by showing you have interest in real estate while you're studying. Frankly, it should be fun for you to do. You are going to be in this career. There's a reason you chose it. So enjoy it. Have fun with it. Next is your LinkedIn profile. Much like your Instagram profile, there's things you can't say until you pass your exam. But you want to start to clean it up. So you want to make sure your picture is good. You want to make sure your work history is clean. Everything is spelled correctly. The grammar is right. You want to make sure you have the right contacts. Start getting in contact with people who are in the business. Anything you think that'll help you after you pass your exam. Once again, you can't say you're a real estate agent, but you can say you're studying for the real estate exam. So you can say certain things. So you want to make sure that LinkedIn profile is clean because a LinkedIn profile is essential for anybody who's in business, especially somebody who's independent, such as a real estate agent. Okay? So make sure you clean up your LinkedIn profile. So after you pass, all you have to do is change studying for the real estate exam to licensed real estate agent or licensed realtor or whatever you want to put there. That's the only change you should be having to make after you pass your exam. So my next tip, make sure that LinkedIn profile is fully cleaned up. My next tip, and this is an obvious one, while you're studying for a real estate exam, attend open houses. Okay? You're not holding open houses, but you should be going to them, understand the layout of the land in your community, what the prices are, who the big players are, who are the other agents, who are the other brokers, what techniques are they using, so that after you pass, you're familiar with everything. You want to create an aura that when you pass, people are surprised you just passed because they already know you. Now, once again, you haven't sold anything. You don't even have to talk when you go to these things. But you should be going to these open houses and taking notes on what's going on so you're not so green after you pass your exam. So make sure every Sunday or Saturday, if possible, you're going to as many open houses as possible. And if nothing else, this will really motivate you to study because hopefully you'll be getting excited about your new career. So my next tip, make sure you attend as many open houses as possible in preparation for after you pass the exam, so you know the layout of the land, you know the inventory, you know the techniques, you know who's who, you know everything that's going on in your community. Which brings me to my next point. The next thing you should be doing while you're studying, number 5, is you should be interviewing brokerages. As you attend these open houses, you're going to meet agents and brokers. Now, people like to name these big companies, but the reality is each community is different, and each community has different people working for different brokerages. So you may like a big company name, but the reality is you have to see who's going to be behind that desk every day, helping you, mentoring you, looking out for you. So you want to interview all the brokerages. You don't just Google something and pick whatever has the biggest name. There could be some small brokerages that are great for you, some big ones. Look at all the programs, the incentives. You want to interview them and talk about them when you go to the open houses. Let everybody know you're getting ready to go. People are going to want to talk to you because they want to recruit agents who are motivated. And how do they know you're motivated? Well, you're attending open houses while you're studying. So clearly you're motivated and you want to get this done. So start interviewing brokerages so when you pass, everything is ready to go. You're just going to the person you're already chosen, submitting paperwork, and you're on your way. You shouldn't be interviewing after you pass your exam. Number 6, get involved with community groups. Okay? This is networking. When you sell real estate, you want to be involved in your community as much as possible. Much like growing your sphere of influence, you don't want to just jump in a group. Hi, I'm in this group. I'm a real estate agent. How you doing? That could annoy a lot of people. You want to take something you're interested in, whether it's yoga, maybe the local youth sports team, maybe in local government, maybe helping out the school. I don't know, whatever it is you're interested in. Start to get involved. And really choose something you're interested in so it's sincere, so that you'll really want to help, you'll really enjoy it, and then you'll make tried and true contacts. But you got to start getting involved in your community. You could do that now. What I'm getting at is you're creating these relationships now, and then later you could talk about real estate rather than just talking about real estate the moment you meet them. So definitely start looking for community groups for you to get involved with that you could jump in now. So then after you pass your exam, they're already familiar with you, they like you, and they're ready to do business with you if it should come up. My next point is you have those community groups. Well, you can do it online in the form of Facebook groups. There's a lot of great Facebook groups you could join. You're just participating in the discussion. Maybe it's a group for foreigners living in your community. Maybe it's a group for people who like sports. Maybe it's for yoga, just like the live community group. All these same ideas can be applied online in the form of Facebook groups. You could start participating in the conversation, offering helpful information, not soliciting business, but answering questions like, this is a great school, or this is a great place to get ice cream, or have you considered this gym, things of that nature. Start participating now. So join some of those Facebook groups. Speaking of Facebook, next thing I want you to do is create a Facebook business page. Much like your Instagram page, your LinkedIn, you have to be careful not to say you're a real estate agent because you haven't passed yet, but you can say studying for the real estate exam. You are going to be amazed in all the things you could do with a Facebook business page. I do a whole nother webinar just on this subject. But I will tell you, you're not going to want to use your personal page for business. So start to create it. You may be thinking, but I'm not a licensed agent yet. Well, you also got to remember, nobody's going to see it for a while. So by the time you pass, it'll be ready to go. Because if you wait till you pass to start this, it's never going to get done because you're going to be overwhelmed with other things to do for your brokerage, for the board of realtors, other obligations you're going to create. So you want to get this done now to the point where, much like the other profiles, after you pass, all you're doing is replacing studying for the real estate exam with licensed real estate agent, realtor, broker, whatever it may be. But you want to start creating that business page, understanding the benefits of it, and understanding all the tools that are going to be at your disposal. You don't want to be wasting time with that after you pass. Next, start your website. I'm not saying finish your website, but you definitely should start building it. Maybe the brokerage you're going to work with will help you with that, maybe not. But you're going to need a website. And there's a lot of great tools out there, and frankly, it could be fun to build it. You can be creative, you can start to think of your brand, how you want to do the marketing, what kind of image you want to present, but have fun with it and start to build your website. I'm telling you guys, it's going to take a while to build all this stuff, and you want to get most of the legwork done now so that after you pass, you're off and running. If you're worried about publishing a website before you pass, don't publish it. Have the whole thing built, have the colors chosen, have the images chosen, have the style chosen, so after you pass, all you have to do is hit publish. But like I said, you can start to create a presence, just make sure you don't state that you're a realtor, a real estate agent until you pass. But you are welcome to talk about real estate all you want, okay? In fact, you should. And you could do that in the form of a website and start learning about different types of websites, what they offer, what they can do. Because I know a lot of brokerages offer a website, and you want to be intelligent when they offer that website. Because you don't want to just be like, well, the broker recommended, I'm going to use it. You should be able to intelligently analyze, well, does your website do this or that? Does it have this feature? Does it have that feature? If I've changed brokerages, am I going to lose this website? Is this brokerage going to be tied to this website forever? All these questions you should think about as you are studying for the real estate exam. Last one you could do is create an email newsletter. That email newsletter could be about your community, could be about real estate in the neighborhood, could be about a lot of different things. Could be about information and facts about construction, interior decorating, gardening, anything you want. But you want to start to create that email newsletter. Where will you get the leads for the email newsletter? Well, that LinkedIn profile, the Instagram profile, increasing your sphere of influence, the website. Remember when we said increase your sphere of influence? One thing you could do is call people and say, hey, you know what? I'm starting a newsletter about new things happening in the community. Would you like to join? People would love to do that. And you're going to start building that newsletter so that people want to learn things about the community or whatever topics you want to choose. And then after you pass, you're going to be able to slide that ad in there that says, done by realtor, blah, blah, real estate broker, yada, yada, real estate agent, you take your pick. But you want to start building that newsletter now. Imagine you're building a show now without the ads. And once the show has gotten popular, you and only you have the right to put in the ad. Think of it like that with a lot of the stuff. You're building up the show, you're building up the following, you're building up the database, you're building up the content. So the only thing you have to do after you pass is slide in there licensed real estate broker, realtor, real estate agent, whatever you think works best for you. That's the goal. So I hope this helps. These are 10 things you could do to help you prepare for your real estate career while you're studying for the real estate exam. This is Joe from PrepAgent, and remember, keep it concise and keep it simple.